プリキュア様、プリキュア様。
You're late for your autograph signings. Please get here right now. Please hurry up. Right now, I mean.
Take a ride to the sky to Kinukepeku.
We opened this week with everyone enjoying their weekend, which I also try to do when I'm not making these videos. However, a video call from Masho's parents would lead to a bit of a change of plans. They were going to stop over in Japan for a brief vacation with their daughter. Hearing about this, her friends decided to show their full support, with Ageha even offering to give her a lift to the airport. Tsubasa also had some personal reasons to want to go with her, as he was the aviation nerd who still hadn't seen an actual plane since arriving on Earth.
行きたいと思っていた。飛行機が飛び立つ姿を見られる場所です。
Also, I've heard that Tom Hanks lives there for some reason. Yeah, of course, that's just a movie. For now. Thus, a couple days later, they went to the airport from episode 13, where Peach was waiting for them.
やっぱ空港って言えば飛行機っしょ。
What? We're expecting a different Peach? Perhaps the princess? But yeah, this whole episode was basically one big advert for one of the show's major sponsors, with them hyping them up and making them look as good as possible. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that as a good or bad thing. I mean, you have to make your money some way, and Peach Airlines, to be fair, looks like it could use the help, as they are an up-and-coming service where they mostly just do domestic flights and only travel internationally to Taipei. And I'll give it this much, it's not too intrusive when it mostly boils down to this montage of them looking at what I'm guessing are actual location shots from Peach's stores. Though, I don't think they sell this abomination unless someone actually thinks Cartman's boob butt cheeks make for a good mascot. Anyway, while killing time waiting for Masho's parents' flight to arrive, the Precure checked out the observation deck, mostly for Tsubasa's pleasure. Yeah, while it's debatable whether or not he truly achieved his dream of being able to fly by becoming a magical boy, it is still nice to see that he has a healthy fascination with planes that of course would come in handy later in the episode. Anyway, while giving his nerdy little lecture about aviation, a fellow plane otaku who also just so happened to have a little product placement joined in on their talks. Yeah, but can you sing Sora Euro Days? We also got a decent joke from Sora using the wrong end of a telescope. Yeah, it's a played out gag, but at least it doesn't make her a bit uncharacteristically stupid like it did last week, and instead just played off of her natural ignorance about the technologies of Earth. Anyway, Tsubasa introduced himself to Shoko, including saying his surname, Unagi. Oh yeah, that has kind of been a part of his character bio this whole time, but I guess only about halfway into the series they decided to confirm he had such an alias. Granted, it was a nice touch that it was thought out by him and Ageha, showing the bond between the B team. Shoko then revealed that she wanted to become a pilot, like her mom, who would later turn out to be the same lady from before. She was going to ride one of her flights with her dad, who she had left behind at the ticket counter. Yeah, this is why y'all print out your tickets ahead of time. Anyway, the Precure pulled a Kamen Rider Kuga and reunited the parent and child at the airport. However, someone was looking for them as well. Sir, the Ghibli Museum is in Mitaka. Still, Minotoad, again at least proved to be a nice villain who patiently waited for the Precure in the middle of Japan's summer weather, which, sweet Jesus Christ. Fortunately for him, he had a portable fan on hand. Which, hey, if you got one, use it, am I right? And he even used his own property to make the Monster of the Week. Well, the dude might be a morally questionable baby snatcher, but at least he's economical. Anyway, he figured the Precure were trying to get away from him by plane, so he had his fan monster draw in the clouds and restrict air travel, which, let's be honest, even if they weren't there, they'd probably still delay the flights for one reason or another. I know, I didn't have any bad plane experiences recently, why do you ask? The Precure transformed and engaged the monster in an okay fight. I mean, I did like how the two spotlight cures of this episode got some time to shine. Oh yeah, didn't really bring it up, but I guess you could say this episode actually focused on two cures instead of just one, or a designated pairing like usual. Sure, Tsubasa got a little more focus, but since they were picking up her parents, Masho was able to do stuff like relate with Shoko, not being able to see a parent much as they were constantly overseas. Thus, she knew what it was like treasuring the brief moments they had together, and was fighting this monster both for the sake of herself and Shoko. And even though Tsubasa came up with their winning strategy, she was the one to implement it.
見えない風の流れを知るには
見えるんだけど見えないもの
Yes, of course, it's all about the heart of the cards. I mean, to be fair, he did pull a Directo Otaku on the monster to end the fight. Oh, and Ageha gave him a speed boost because why not make her Scotty on top of everything else? Anyway, I guess to make Peach Airlines look extra good, they actually managed to stay on schedule in spite of everything that happened, which is unquestionably the most unbelievable thing to come out of the show. With that, the episode ended with a montage of Masho spending time with her parents. Yeah, a bit of a pity that they couldn't stick around for at least a few episodes. I mean, it would have been interesting to actually learn which one of them was Yo-Yo's child, and therefore half Skylandian, but I guess they needed one more sponsorship spot. Anyway, the cameo cure this week was Love. Wait, what? I thought we skipped Cure Peach. Oh, y'all went out of order for the sake of the plane.
It's a pun.
This was a perfectly fine filler episode with a dash of sponsorship. Yeah, honestly, I thought the Peach collab would be a lot more intrusive, so I'm glad it wasn't. And it was nice to get a different combo of Spotlight cures for once. Nothing bad, nothing great, but hey, at least we're not suffering from any delays. As of late, the first made male cure of this franchise has been kind of treated like a bit of an afterthought. Understandable, since recent episodes have focused more on the lead cure and his partner and her shiny new toy, but it's still a shame that apparently they need to save up some of his more established traits, like his fascination with planes, for an episode like this. It did at least work out, for the most part, as his knowledge was educational and beneficial in this battle, and thankfully had much better animation this time. As for the other half of the episode, it was nice to see Mashiro be able to show empathy towards Shoko, not being able to see her mother regularly. Yeah, it would have been nice to see more of her enjoying her time with her own parents, but then again, these two aren't exactly all that fleshed out, and I'm just more interested in which one of them is half Skylandian, and really, that has more to do with the world-building issues of the show as a whole. I will say one of the biggest positives of this episode was that the Peach collab wasn't intrusive. Other than one kind of on-the-nose line from Sora, they weren't put on any special pedestal, and most of their adverts were kept to product placements in line with the show's own products. So overall, this was a fine filler that at least gave some spotlight to the cures who do need it. For what was likely an obligatory sponsorship episode, it did stop like a plane that has one class and gets you where you need to go, though it would be nice if you could at least get some peanuts. Work on the final part of the Futaya review is slowly underway. Yeah, I'll just say this past week was a little busier than usual with the niece on summer break and uncle having to watch her. Still, we'll get it done when we can, so look forward to it. Until then though, farewell for now my friends, and oh boy, looks like Mr. T is having another episode. Sir, I'm sure everything will be fine. I mean, even that gremlin over there isn't going to do that much damage to the plane.